The Marvel Cinematic Universe has brought some of the most iconic villains to life. Thanos, Kang the Conqueror, and Doctor Doom, three of the biggest threats to Earth and the multiverse. But which one is the most powerful? Today, we'll be diving deep into their power levels, origins, worst acts, and much more to see who truly reigns supreme. First, let's break down these villains. Thanos is the Mad Titan, Kang is a master of time, and Doctor Doom is a genius combining science and sorcery. While we've seen Thanos and Kang wreak havoc in the MCU, Doctor Doom is waiting in the wings. So, who's the most powerful? Let's find out. Power comparison. When it comes to sheer power, Thanos is the clear frontrunner, and that's largely thanks to the Infinity Stones. With the stones, Thanos has godlike abilities, capable of wiping out half the universe with a snap of his fingers. In terms of raw strength, Thanos' Titan physiology also puts him on par with the Incredible Hulk, making him a terrifying physical threat. Now, Kang and Doctor Doom are no slouches either. Kang is a genius with time manipulation, and his advanced technology, like the Time Sphere and his neurokinetic suit, make him one of the most dangerous beings across time. He can control the timeline, create multiple versions of himself, and alter history at will. As for Doctor Doom, he's a master of both science and sorcery. In the comics, he's even taken godlike powers, such as when he became God Emperor Doom during the 2015 Secret Wars event. But let's be clear, while Doom's feats are impressive, they're usually tied to specific circumstances, like manipulating reality itself. However, when you strip away their technology and magic, Thanos' superhuman strength would still give him the upper hand. Biggest threat to the Avengers. Now, when it comes to the biggest threat to the Avengers, Kang takes the lead. Sure, Thanos brought the Avengers to their knees, but his threat was mostly limited to one universe. Once he collected the Infinity Stones, he only clashed with the Avengers when they tried to stop him. Kang, on the other hand, is not just a single foe. He's a multiversal threat, and his many variants, the Council of Kangs, have one goal: to destroy the Avengers. With Kang, Avengers are not just fighting one villain, but an entire army of time-traveling conquerors. After the events of Quantumania, it's clear that Kang's impact on the multiverse will have major consequences. Origin stories. Let's talk about origin stories. Thanos' motivation in the MCU was given more depth than in the comics. He didn't just want to destroy half of all life for the sake of nihilism. He believed it was necessary to save the universe from overpopulation and resource depletion. Kang's origins are fascinating too. A brilliant scientist from the 31st century, Kang travels across time, fighting not only his own variants but also trying to preserve the multiverse from falling apart. His journey is one of endless conflict, both against himself and against forces he can't control. However, Doctor Doom might have the most compelling origin. In the comics, he lost his mother to a deal with the devil, leading him to dedicate his life to mastering both science and magic. He's so brilliant that he's a constant rival to Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, and has even considered himself a worthy candidate for Sorcerer Supreme. His transformation into God Emperor Doom shows the lengths he'll go to achieve ultimate power. Given the rumored Mephisto and Fantastic Four projects coming to the MCU, we could see Doom's complex backstory adapted in ways that could rival both Thanos and Kang's on-screen journeys. Worst acts committed. When it comes to the worst feats committed, it's tough to say who wins. Thanos wiped out half of all life in the universe, and that's an act of mass destruction on a scale we've never seen. He even sacrificed his own daughter, Gamora, to obtain the Soul Stone, showing just how ruthless he could be. Kang's variant, He Who Remains, destroyed entire timelines and universes to preserve his vision of the multiverse. And that's not even including the horrors his Council of Kangs may have unleashed. Then there's Doctor Doom. In the comics, Doom didn't just change reality during Secret Wars. He erased everyone's memories, remade the multiverse in his image, and even claimed Sue Storm and her children for himself. His lust for power knows no bounds, and he's committed some truly heinous acts to further his agenda. Longevity and legacy. When it comes to longevity in the MCU, Thanos takes the crown. His presence was felt throughout the Infinity Saga over a decade of films. We saw him in teases, cameos, and ultimately as the big bad in Avengers, Infinity War and Endgame. Even in death, his impact is still felt, especially with the blip. Kang's journey in the MCU is still in its infancy. From Loki to Quantumania, and with the upcoming Avengers, the Kang Dynasty, Kang's story will span just a few years. But the threat of the multiverse and his army of Kangs will keep him a constant danger for the Avengers. As for Doctor Doom, his potential in the MCU is still untapped. With Fantastic Four and Avengers, Secret Wars on the horizon, Doom's arrival could change everything. If his legacy is adapted faithfully, he might outpace both Thanos and Kang in terms of sheer threat and influence in the MCU. So, who's the most powerful villain in the MCU? Thanos, Kang, or Doctor Doom? While Thanos might have the edge in raw power, Kang is certainly the biggest threat to the Avengers with his mastery of time and multiversal influence. But Doctor Doom's untapped potential could make him the most dangerous of them all in the future. Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more epic Marvel content. Thanks for watching.